All right, everybody, how's it going? Today we'll be looking at the S8 Pro, and this radio is made by ATOTO. I purchased this radio about a month ago. Got installed. I flush mounted it on the dash, got it looking real nice and pretty. It is blocking the vents a little bit, but you got to pay for the big screen. You're gonna have some type of blockage, but this doesn't really bother me that much. So I'm gonna give you guys a honest opinion of review. They're not paying me for this. I'm not paid by ATOTO. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. So first things first, I'll give you kind of like a review breakdown of the stuff I like. I like that obviously it has a 10.1 inch display. I like the fact that it's QLEDs and the screen is phenomenal. I mean, there's kind of a glare on it right now, but as far as the unit itself in the car, it's phenomenal. It's a great screen. It has different, settings for brightnesses for nighttime, daytime, and midday. We got a lot of features on here, so let's just get into that. So first things first is the equalizer. It's got a pretty tight, 17 band EQ. Also, the EQ is for fronts. You can do rears separately, and then you got your loudness on and off, and then you have all your other features, which would be time correction. Right now I have it switched off. Didn't really get into all that yet, but pretty much time correction is the speaker ability to go to your ear. So you would sit here and you would measure the distance from each speaker of the car to your ears, and then you would put in the measurements to all of them, and it would kind of give you that feeling that the speakers are concentrated to your head. That I'm not really worried about. I'm kind of a pro audio guy. I like loud music. So then we got the bass boost setting. I have it off. I would advise pretty much everybody to have it off, because bass boost is just introducing distortion into your speakers, which causes failure. We also have the level. So this is your sub out level. So if you want to go up, you go up. You want to go down, you go down. And then you have your your band frequency. So if your sub plays up to 100 to 125 hertz, you would adjust that properly, bring it up to there. Also bring it down. I'm around 50-60 hertz on mine, so that's where I keep it. We have a sound field. Obviously it's basically like a fader or a balance. And then we have a bass filter. This bass filter, I'm not 100% sure if it works, but I clipped them off at 120 because the PRVs don't like low bass. This car is running all tar amps, and they don't really have that good of a filter on the amp. So I crossed them over at 120. I'm not 100% sure if that's actually functioning at the moment. So all right, so let's get into some other features here. So we got Apple CarPlay, which everybody wants. My dad's calling. So here's the Apple CarPlay. It's phenomenal. A couple of times it lagged out, but I think it was my phone's cell service and not the actual unit, so I can't really hold it on that. You got your music, you got your phone calls, pretty much everything Apple CarPlay. But the screen, I can't get over the screen. The screen is phenomenal. If you guys are going for a 10.1 inch screen and you got the money, I would say get the S8 Pro. The S7's pretty cool, or the F7's pretty cool. I like it. I've actually installed that not too long ago. It's a good radio. I don't think it has the feature of YouTube and everything else. I think it's just like your standard radio. So you got your your file manager, your music player if you wanted to drop an SD card in there. You got your gallery, your aux. So, and also this has an HDR. I have the HDR camera up there mounted, and let me tell you something. For the price of that camera, it is pretty good. I don't know if it's going to come up right now because my USB is plugged in, but it's definitely phenomenal. I can drop this actually. Let's see if it'll turn it back on. I want you guys to see the camera quality on this too. That's what really important is. So the whole HDR or the DVR on this is set up for a front camera. It's designed for you to have a front camera. It's designed for you to be able to record what's going on in the front. get in an accident, it'll start recording. It also tells you the date, the time, and everything, so it's all time stamped. Tells you the miles per hour that you're going, the location, and everything like that. It's all on here. You can take screenshots of, you know, something going on in case you want to save it. You can record it anytime. You can mute the audio, and then there's your files, so you go in and you can review all your stuff. That's pretty cool. The backup camera on this guy here is ATOTO also. It's not the factory camera. Sorry for that glare. It's my sunroof. But the camera quality is phenomenal. You get 2 different views. That's pretty cool. Steering wheel controls, they're actually working. They're pretty simple, 1 connection hookup. You know, just do the 1 positive key and then to the car. And you got yourself programmable steering wheel controls. Easy connection, I haven't tried it out yet, but it's just screen mirroring from your phone. And you got your Bluetooth, you got your Chrome, you got your Google, or your Maps. And Chrome works. It's pretty fast too if you have a good cell phone carrier. That pops up pretty quick. What else we got going on here? Play Store. So you can go in, you can download any app at any time. Everything. This screen is so phenomenal. You can play anything. I even tried to play Call of Duty on it. It was pretty cool. Very fast. Like, you're not lagging at all, especially when you have a good cell service. And then YouTube. You got yourself YouTube, so anytime you can just watch a movie, full screen it. It's perfect, you know what I mean? It's really, really good quality. Let me just, I don't want to get copyrighted, but yeah, you know, you get the gist of it. So my opinion on this radio is it's a great radio. It's fast, it's responsive. The apps, you know, there's endless apps on this thing here. I will do an install video on one of these in the near future, not on this car because obviously it's already installed and I didn't film it at the time, but probably in the next week or so I'll post a video of it. Now for the cons. There's not many of them, but there's 2 USB ports on the back of this radio that connect via plugs. Not like USB style plugs, like plastic connectors that go on the back of the radio that house the 4 USBs that this comes with. The second set, not the Apple CarPlay set, it's like external storage and the Apple CarPlay USB, those worked phenomenal. When I plugged the HDR camera, I don't know if you can hear this or not, but it introduced a noise. And I had it disconnected for a while and the noise was completely gone. But as soon as you plug that cord into the back of this radio, this noise is presented at no volume. I like the camera feature, so I plugged it back in and I'm kind of just dealing with the noise. But that is one of the cons. And also another thing I didn't like is sometimes it just drops your Wi-Fi. Like I said, this could be my phone. I'm not blaming ATOTO. I'm just saying it could be my phone, it could be my cell service, but it'll just drop Wi-Fi out of nowhere and take 5 or 6 times to reconnect it. But once it's connected, it's working and well for the most part. But yeah, you can set different backgrounds. You can change the color on the keys. This is the QLED screen, so this is the best screen that they make right now. The LED screen's not too bad either. I actually did one of those last week on a Tacoma, which I can go over when I get that truck back. But yeah, it's pretty decent radio for the price. I mean, I know it's kind of on the more expensive side at like, I think it's like $4.99 right now. Maybe it's a little cheaper on Amazon. Don't quote me on that. But it's a pretty well-rounded radio. I mean, I would definitely choose this radio over the Sony. I would definitely choose this radio over the big Kenwoods. I mean, they probably walk all over it sound quality wise, but as far as like functionality and being able to, you know, do what I got to do as far as YouTube and CarPlay and everything like that, I would pick this radio over those. But if you are going to run this, I would definitely advise you to run a DSP. DSP would definitely help out with this. I would just flatten out the EQ and run everything from the DSP, but I'm just running loudspeakers right now, so they're not as touchy, but I would definitely run a DSP with this, you know, to boost the voltage on the pre-outs and also to be able to fine-tune everything, because the EQ does decently, but I think it's like over dramatic with the tones that it presents. So yeah, I mean, that's my honest review. This is my first review. Just leaving some feedback, you know, subscribe and like the video. Thank you guys. Have a good day.